breakfast. It's Tech Talk with Mathew Dickerson.
I don't know how he comes up with these things, but he's found something we're going to be flush with success. Mathew Dickerson, good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
You have breached all codes of morality, ethics, and all codes of politeness and all codes of dignity on the 2D breakfast. We've finally done it, haven't we? Enough of that. Mathew Dickerson, a smartphone in your dunny seat.
That's exactly it. I do apologise, Richard. I do search far and wide to get good stories for you.
No, you just got nothing else to do.
That's right. Sitting in lockdown, what else can I do? So,
no, seriously, you're talking about smartwatches, and we know that they can virtually do anything these days other than pay their own bill. What's this thing about a toilet seat?
Well, we do have some problems with health across the world. Obesity is a problem across the world. We see diabetes, all sorts of issues. And a lot of our health issues can be tracked or monitored with what comes out of our body. We all know we turn 50, we get sent the nice little pack by the government and take a stool sample and send it off, and that's all a bit unpleasant. What about a toilet that actually did some of that stuff for us? So monitored our urine, monitored our fecal matter on an ongoing basis to try and track our health, track it on an app, send information off to our doctors, just really look at our health on an ongoing basis. Sounds fantastic, but it's at the point now, and they're a bit expensive at this stage, so I don't see people rushing out to buy them yet. They're probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars at this stage, but the idea will be you'll be able to put a toilet in your home that will track your health via what comes out of you. And the thing that's really a bit uncomfortable about this, it tracks the waste products on a chemical level, but also uses cameras to actually photograph.
No way.
It's what comes out to check that against.
No, but taking pictures of your poo? No way.
That's one of the ways it will monitor whether or not your fecal matter is of the appropriate standard to be able to say that you're healthy. But we've got lots of
posh. And Matty, you're saying that this posh medical Stanford School of Medicine's come up with research on the toilet.
Absolutely. Both Stanford School of Medicine and Duke University are both researching the same sort of process where they're trying to track these things, and you've got to have it tracked to you individually. So when you come around to my place, Richard, I don't want your data or your results being mixed up with mine. So I've either got a fingerprint scan or a voice recognition to say, "Hi, it's Richard on the toilet here," or get ready for it, it will do an anal print, the same as it does a fingerprint.
Oh, we're having breakfast, Mathew Dickerson.
It gets better and better, doesn't it?
An anal print?
An anal print, that's right. So then they can identify that this is really you. It will feed that information back to your app on your phone, so you know that the data that's coming through is definitely specific to you, and then obviously you can feed that information off to your doctor. Now, you mentioned smartwatches there. There are so many different devices we're getting, our smartwatches, our smart toilets now, that we kind of tend to think that we're on top of our medical processes and we go to Dr. Google and find out what's going wrong. I would always say that all this information is great to then feed it through to the doctor and get them to do some testing in a real way. I mean, these smart toilets can also actually analyse some of this information and send it off to a laboratory as well to actually say, do some further testing on this. But again, all of these things are great to give you an indication, not to be the result in itself.
So if you go to a friend's house, like if I went to Mathew Dickerson's place, it's a BYO toilet seat, is it? Huh?
You do wonder about it, don't you? I think you just cross your legs a bit longer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, goodness me. I mean, look, to be really realistic about this, you could do your weight now, couldn't you, on a toilet seat? You could see how heavy you are on a toilet seat.
That's right. You could do your weight, but more importantly, you can monitor a lot from what comes out of you. You can monitor your blood pressure, gastrointestinal disease, a whole range of things. You could even test pregnant. I assume you and I aren't pregnant, but you could even test pregnancy because, again, we know that urine is used for pregnancy tests. So all of these things can be monitored on a chemical level, and constantly on an ongoing basis, you could have this tracking your health and making sure that you're eating the right food. Obviously, what comes out relies on what goes in, so it can give you an idea, are you eating too much fat? Is there too much fat in your diet? Let's have a look at your feces and see if too much fat is there, which obviously means too much fat has gone in.
Go on.
Well, it goes on. You can keep going on. Chronic
You
conditions.
say these are expensive now. Will they become part of the new house of the future, do you reckon, Matty?
Yeah, absolutely. I can see this being one of the connected components, the smart home of the future. All this information, we seem, as we get unhealthier across the world, we seem more intent on focusing on our health and looking at how bad our results are from all that health information that we can get back from all these different devices.
Yeah. Well, you've reached a new bottom. That's all I can say.
Oh, dear. It's getting worse.
Breakfast is Tech Talk, Tech Talk, Tech Talk, Tech Talk, Tech Talk, Tech Talk, Tech Talk with Mathew Dickerson.